like to encourage all veterans organizations to also include our Gold Star families in future gatherings, for they too shall never be forgotten for their sacrifice to our great nation. Del Vets Post 1, who's hosting our event for us today, has added a Gold Star flag to the organization colors, and we thank them for setting the example for the rest of us. I would like to place an emphasis on this challenge to veterans organizations. When you hold services and pay honor and remembrance, please make it a point to always include in that remembrance our Gold Star families. Prior to our chapter president's remarks and introduction of our keynote speaker, I'd like to make a special presentation and share with you the history regarding the Banner program, which many of you may not be aware of. Over the years, I have seen firsthand Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 83 in the newspaper. I was very impressed with all they did in the community. Christmas Eve, they're all home, wrapping their presents, having that cup of hot chocolate. Where are they? They're downtown at the Vietnam Memorial. They will never forget their brothers. They approached them to have a program for Gold Star families, and let me tell you, if you ask for something, you better be prepared for the answer. They agreed something that needed to be done and appointed me their Gold Star chair. Through this meeting, we discussed that it would be appropriate to honor those in our current war on terrorism who have lost their lives. We decided to have banners to prepare to circulate throughout the state. However, this fell at the same time I was working, striving to have the legislation lifted for Gold Star license plates. With that in mind, I went back to the board of directors and I said, Polly Anderson, our Gold Star mother and president of the Delaware chapter, faithfully attends all of our veterans events. If we tell Mrs. Anderson she may have a license plate but she can't have a banner, that's inappropriate. Therefore, we went back to the drawing board and we opened up our Gold Star program to any Gold Star family that resides in the first state to set a model and an example for other states that every state should embrace the Gold Star families and remember their sacrifice. The long, arduous journey regarding the license plate was introduced as Senate Bill 33, but continued to stall. In time, I was able to find out why things were dragging on and was told, if you're given Gold Star license plates, our veterans are going to be upset. Now you have to understand, I'm an Army brat. My husband served in the Army. My father was an Air Force veteran, flew the hump in Burma. My stepfather built bridges in Vietnam. This was not setting well with me. I did not know any Vietnam veteran that would be up, or any veteran that would be upset if Gold Star families were honored. But that puzzled me because I thought, why are they giving our veterans a plate? I respect the environment. I respect institutions of higher learning. But when I was in a gas station in one event and saw 4 license plates, one that included a sorority, one that included ducks, one that included, what was the other one? I can't remember. But they're all appropriate organizations, don't get me wrong. But it didn't sit well that we didn't have one for veterans. So my tenacity, I stuck with it. The legislation finally did pass, and now our Vietnam veterans have their license plate, Iraq, Afghanistan, Buffalo Soldiers. Without the help of Senator Charles Copeland, Senator Margaret Rose Henry, and many others, Senate Bill 33 would never have been turned into Senate Bill 201. I want to thank them for their faithful dedication because they could have simply turned off that email after about the 20th one. But I finally realized I was not going to give up for something I believed in. Now getting back to our banners. I went back to Vietnam Veterans Chapter 83's Board of Directors, and I explained that to you. And over the years, I have maintained a database comprised of the Gold Star families, but undoubtedly our list is not concise. Just this week, I attended the service for the unveiling of Chapter 850's beautiful memorial to our Vietnam veterans. And we don't have except one of those families included in our program. So we know our program's not concise, but our efforts and our heart is there, and it's a program that can have the potential to grow. The Honorable Senator Thomas Carper supported our efforts to have these banners created and respectfully sent his regrets that he was unable to be here with us today. Letters were sent throughout Delaware to raise the necessary funds for the banners. If it had not been for our sponsors, we would never have been able to accomplish this task. Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 83 worked diligently with Riley's Outdoor Decor to create the banners. The sponsors are listed on the chapter's website, in our program, and on our sponsor banners. When we initially started the program, we told the sponsors we were going to include their name on the banners. And we were also going to have our chapter name. But we sat down and then we visioned, these families don't want to see Grotto Pizza. They don't want to see Chapter 83. These banners are for them. We went back to these sponsors midstream, mind you, after already telling them, after they've sent in their checks, that we're not going to put their name on the banners. Not one single one complained. Instead, they came back and we said, we agree, we concur. This should be an honor to them. So we proceeded with the program. Not having ventured much out of the northern portion of the state, I contacted one of the Gold Star mothers in Seaford, who provided me with many labels. Once she and her son provided me with the labels, the letters went out and the checks poured in. At this time, if we have any of our gold sponsors present, I would like you to stand and be recognized. And please remain standing. Come on, don't be bashful, I know you're here. Our silver sponsors, I know you're here. And our copper sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for making this possible.